You said that's not how a man runs. So what did we do? We became girls.
Not to be like overly dramatic or anything, can we just start stabbing transphobes at this point?
Do you want me to talk like this? Do you think every person who's assigned female at birth has a super high-pitched voice?
Because not every person assigned female at birth has a high-pitched voice. It's possible for AFAB people to have deeper voices.
Women who try to naturally get a deeper voice because they identify as trans men is unfortunately really common. Because they will never in their lives go on testosterone, they know deep down how irreversible, how serious it is to go on cross-sex hormones. TERFs masculizing trans women once they feel like their femininity is being threatened. For the ones who don't know, a TERF is a transphobic feminist. Sure, it's a TERF who's masculizing a trans woman. The trans women are not doing it themselves in any way, I see. Look, this is a strawman argument. The women that she's talking about don't feel threatened because some men live their lives as women and they're being feminine, and that threatens somehow their femininity. The women have a problem with the fake trans women who try to redefine what it means to be a woman. The fake trans women force themselves into women's spaces, and if these women have always identified as feminists, it only makes sense that they're trying to fight against all this nonsense. And I will also say that this is a form of projecting. This person is claiming that there's a group of women who are insecure about their womanhood. Do I need to say more? It sounds a lot like her. Why did you have to wear the most feminine outfit that you have in order to prove that you're also a woman? I don't understand the trans women, no matter if they're fake or not, who don't respect these TERFs. Most TERFs are just normal women who are aware of what's going on within the trans community. Of course, some TERFs are assholes and transphobic, whatever that means, not believing that anyone should transition. I even understand those few women. You need to see where they're coming from as a trans person. So the lack of respect and understanding is just disappointing to me.
Growing up, you told us we weren't real men. You said that's not how a man runs. You run like a girl. You throw like a girl. You look like a girl. You talk like a girl. Stop being such a girl. Suck it up, princess. So what did we do? We became girls.
And why did you do that? Was it due to someone telling you that you're not a real man, even though you are a biological male? If that's the case, it's kind of embarrassing that you admit that you transitioned for other people and not for yourself. You obviously think that these people are stupid when they say that you don't run like a man, you run like a girl. We can all agree that that's stupid. So why were you so stupid and fundamentally changed your body just because some people don't know what they're talking about? I truly hope that you transitioned due to gender dysphoria, just like me and others.
And now you're not a woman. You're not a real girl. You're still a man. Always will be. You're a man. Chromosomes don't lie.
Well, they're right. You will always be a man. Being a male, being a man, same thing. If it's not the same thing, then what is a man? They're actually right. They weren't before, but in this case, they are right. And it makes sense if they've told you, because if you're one of those trans activists who claim that you are, in fact, the opposite sex, you are the opposite gender, again, same thing, then it's important that they remind you of what reality is.
So collectively, at the Trans Agenda annual meeting, we decided, okay, so they've told us we're not men, but now we're not women, so I guess we're gonna have to think of something new?
Why? Why do you care so much about what other people think of you? Why does your happiness, your life depend on what other people think of you? Do you really think that's healthy? They were wrong when they said that you're not a real man, because of course you are. You are a real man, and you most likely deal with chronic gender dysphoria, so you have to live your life as a woman. Everything that I just said is the truth. No one can take that away from you. It's a way to validate yourself and your situation. Lying about who you are will never be healthy. It will never be the right thing to do. Asking other people, what am I, so then I'll be it, not the healthy thing to do.
Oh, and that's when non-binary came around. Okay, so maybe if we're not men, we're not women, I guess we'll just be non-binary, right? Non-binary isn't real.
Correct. You're either a man or a woman. And in very rare cases, some men and women live their lives as the opposite sex. but it doesn't change anything about biology, reality, science. There's no reason for you to invent new genders because the two we do have, they're enough. Everyone exists within the binary. Isn't that great?
You can't be both, just pick one. Non-binary, that's like mental illness. Okay, so we're not men. We're not women. And now we're not non-binary because that's not real. So at this point, I think we're at a loss. So I guess we just have to turn to you because you are the expert in this.
Well, that's on you. You're in control of your own life, and apparently you need other people to validate you before you feel at peace with yourself. Well, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a therapist, but I am 100% positive that you will never be at peace with yourself if you cannot say to yourself, I don't care what people think of my gender situation. The truth is, I'm a biological male, but I live my life as a woman, and that's okay. If that's too hard for you and you will never say that to yourself, how can you be at peace with yourself?
Dear transphobes, what do you want us to do? Please tell me what you would like me to do.
Accept yourself. As a trans person, I can say that it's hard, but it is possible. And the amount of relief you will feel after acknowledging what you really are and being okay with it, it's undescribable. It's okay that you can't validate yourself as a woman. You are a trans woman and that's okay. It's actually okay to be a gender dysphoric man while living life as a woman. Real transsexuals already experience a lot of pain. The transsexual life is already so difficult, so there's no reason to make it even more complicated, even more painful, if holding on to all the lies.
Not to be like overly dramatic or anything, can we just start stemming transphobes at this point? Like, we have such a big problem of transphobic people being f***ing idiots and not getting their shit kicked in. Can we just start kicking their shit in? It would be so much easier for everyone. The entire world would be so much better if we could just stab a transphobe. Say something transphobic, you get stabbed. The world would be beautiful.
And you're going to hell. Of course you wear a Palestine pin. Of course you're with the Queers for Palestine crowd. Those types of people think so logical. You know what? I am so glad that you're being honest about your intentions. I'm glad that you're so stupid posting this video on the internet, which is permanent. Now we have proof of what you want to do. Of course, it doesn't represent most trans activists, but I know that there are more people who support this message more than you all think. Most trans activists are full of hate, are full of anger. They absolutely hate transphobes, which can be literally anyone, any rational person on this planet. So I think it's time for us normal people to stop being so nice to these activists, and we have to start acknowledging that if we don't fight against this movement can be a real threat to society. Thank you all for watching this video. If you want to see more content like this, remember to hit subscribe and the notification bell. If you want to support me and my work, my PayPal is in the description down below. You can also support me through locals.com or by becoming a member of this channel. I love you all and I hope to see you in my next video. Peace out.